So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mars in the 8th house in the sign of Pisces for Leo Ascendant people. As in, what happens when Mars is sitting in the 8th house in Pisces while it rules the 4th and ninth house of your chart. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, check out the links at KRSastrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy. So, Mars in the 8th house in Pisces. So, you got to understand Mars, besides, ruling your 4th house, and the ninth house will also represent younger brother. And especially, you will see if you have a younger brother, they would suddenly go to foreign lands. Like the way their situation works is that something just at the last minute comes up where now they're getting transferred to some foreign lands. So now they go to foreign lands. Usually also a person will have, and especially you will see if Jupiter is nearby Mars or, Jupiter is trine for Mars, a person will actually have a home. India, you can say it'll be near water, especially next to a Hanuman temple or Kartikeya temple. But also it shows that at one point in life, a person will get a home either near the ocean or a body of water. Yet that body of water with this Mars may not be so big. It'll be probably, unless, like I said, if Jupiter is in trine, then yeah, it couldn't represent the ocean. Or if Ketu's there, can represent the ocean. But if Mars is there by itself, you will have a property, but it could be like a lake or a pond. So if you're 25, 30, you got to understand things can develop at their own time. So if you asked me, will you have a house near a pond or a lake? Maybe just 6 years ago, 8 years ago, then no. If you ask me now, yes. So it's like it shows that at one point that progression will happen. And because the fourth lord goes into the eighth, this is why, especially in Pisces, we see the native will settle into a place far away from where they are. And the other thing we also see is that because Mars is 12th from the ninth house, okay, so it shows that somehow lineage, or your paternal side of lineage, would have migrated from some other faraway place where you are settled here. So and especially with Mars, you can see they could be like from deserty area. So let's say, for example, if you're in India, perhaps your grandfather, great grandfather came from, let's say, Rajasthan to Mumbai or Delhi. In US, your major ancestry is in Arizona or New Mexico or Texas. And even there, you'll find body of waters. And of course, especially now in Rajasthan too, you'll find, like artificial lakes, all of those things. Then Mars, because it controls the fourth house of comfort and happiness, the happiness for this person will always ignite when they travel. Their happiness is actually be away from the home. They will not feel so comfortable within the home all the time or in their nearby city. They will always have this desire, even at a young age. I want to move out. I want to go to a foreign place. I want to go to this city, to this big city. Because the Padha of the fourth lands in the 12th house. And naturally, the fourth lord is in the 8th. And especially, you will see that in younger days, let's say if this was you and you moved away, when you were at home, one would kind of feel not just unsettled, but confused about life, confused about direction. So the direction comes where the Padha is. And the Padha is again in the 12th in a water sign. And so usually if, let's say, you're at a young age where you don't have a living right now, you're not moving anywhere right now, depending upon your transits and dashas, then what you should always do, you should always, especially on Tuesdays, go near water and sit. You'll start to gain ideas. You'll start to find directions of your happiness. See, not just direction in life. Well, because for that, we will really look at Jupiter, where that person's direction is headed. But to find that happiness, that okay, I'm feeling settled, and I think these are the things that'll make me happy. You will see this Mars. You need to take Mars into its natural element, like it's in your birth chart, not a natural element like fire. Okay, like these people, especially like before 28, if they go to like some big bonfire, they can get angry because now you're putting that fire element on a water Mars. They'll it's kind of like, they say this person is steaming. Like they can become a little bit furious about things for no reason. Now once Mars matures, then yeah, they can be in barbecue fire, oven fire, any fire. And of course, it will definitely show that younger sibling will secretly, okay, nobody will know unless they tell you. They will secretly like experiment with substances. Like, at the age of 15, trying some weed with friends. But it happened in back of the school, and that's it. And they come home like a normal person, and you would never question it. But there would be, but again, the younger brother should be somehow in their Mercury or Moon period when this happens. But also, even if it doesn't happen at a younger age, it will happen at some older age. But of course, because the way the person is growing up, if let's say they're growing up in a conservative family, they're not going to tell everybody. Nobody will ever find out. And then Mars will also represent, your logic, because Mars is logic. Here, before 28, one's logic can fail. Like, oh, well, logically, I think this is what needs to be done. Now, of course, if Jupiter goes in trine or sits near Mars, then Mars gets a lot of support and a lot of like blessings to not make certain wrong decisions. And we also see that this particular person will make huge money once they move out. When they move to a foreign place, far away place, across ocean, they have the ability to make big wealth with this Mars. Okay. So I hope this has helped. And then also, I forgot to say something. See, Mars is the ninth lord, right? Sitting in the eighth. That means the pada of the ninth lands in the seventh house in the sign of Aquarius. And usually you will see that somehow after marriage, this person will begin following Shiva. Because Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Rahu. And especially remember, Shiva is known as Neelkanta, the one who took the poison. And poison lies there because of Rahu. So their piety kind of becomes active after marriage. They become more inclined towards going into a certain path. And I'm not talking about like suddenly becoming a saint or sadhu. No, they'll be materialistic. They will be doing their work and business and their ambitions. But they do begin to realize that this is also important. My ninth house is also important. So the importance of the ninth house activates through the seventh house. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Mars in the 8th house in Pisces. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this type of videos. Otherwise, if you need books, reports, consultations, they're at this link here. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.